The way most people test their ads on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok is stupid as fuck. It's the most complex, bureaucratic, dumb process I've ever seen, because what they're doing is they're testing too much at once. In this video, I'm going to show you a testing process you can use on any ad platform. Meta. Let's just call it Facebook. I don't like calling it Meta. We're going to call it Facebook. F you, Zuckerberg. The name sticks. This small ad channel, we've made the decision. But Facebook, Google, TikTok, this works everywhere. And if you do this, the ads are going to print money. Let me show you what you need to be doing instead. So at my business, Hyros, I speak with people that run ads all day long, and we do a lot of their stats and analytics. So I get all sorts of requests for all sorts of ways to split test their ads and analyze them. And if you use Facebook at all, you're gonna get lost. And because I used to do this, and then my ads would get stuck at a couple $1 million per year in revenue. Now our ads are doing near $30 million a year. And I spend way less money on ads because the ads are just that much better. And it doesn't come from having masterful copywriting or some magic sales funnel. It understands what the customer is looking for and how to maximize that, because that's what matters in ads. And so there's a lot of different variables in ad testing, and people get caught up trying to split test 1,000 variables on the ad. And so what they're going to do is they make an image or a video, then they have the headline, then they have the description, and then they have the landing page. And then they all these things. There's so many different things going on. And what they do is they try and test all these all at once. And so they're looking at the video and then they're like, well, I also want to see like how the headline did, and then how the description did, and then what's the opt-in rate on the landing page. This is so stupid, because you will never actually get a coherent answer on what the customer wants and what's going to get them to convert. Here is what you want to do. So the first thing you need to do when you're doing your ads is you have to understand the message that is going to convert customers. What is the main thing that they want and is going to get them to do anything? If I say, I have a vehicle I want to sell you, it's going to give you AIDS. And then I say, I have a vehicle I want to sell you, it's going to make you better looking. The one that says it's better looking is going to get more honey, is going to get more customers than the one that's going to give you AIDS. I know it's a very simplistic metaphor that I just made, but what you need to understand about the point that I just made is, if the message is correct, it doesn't really matter how you say it. Obviously, the message that is better and hits the customer correctly is going to convert higher than anything else you said. And so what you need to first do with your ads is you don't even try to split testing videos. You don't even try split testing headlines and descriptions and find the micro CPM whatevers that are going on that every single other media buyer and agency buyer does. They try and make their ads grow through complication instead of simplicity. What you instead do is you find the message that connects with the customer most. So let's say I'm running ads for Hyros, and I've done all this since the beginning of time at Hyros, so I already know the answer to this. I can run ads around tracking as the main benefit. I can run ads around scaling as the main benefit. I can run ads around saving money as the main benefit. I can run ads around AI optimization. And so what you do when you first start running ads is you don't worry about any of the micro testing. You want to go and make, let's say in this situation, 5 videos or 5 different ads focusing on a different message. And you send people to a very generic landing page, whether it's to get a call, an opt-in, or a sale. Okay, the landing page is just simply not optimized. And so what you want to do with this is you don't look at the micro testing right here. You look at what message gets people clicking the most and buying the most. Now, if you want to get a little bit more specific with this, we can make a landing page for each one. So for example, I could make a Hyros landing page where the top headline focuses around tracking, scale, saving, 7 each. And then I want to see which ad performs the best. And that's going to tell me usually which message people are most interested in. Then what I'm going to do once I find it, let's say scaling is the top message. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start testing and optimizing around that. So I'm going to get rid of tracking, savings, AI, this generic page right here. And I'm going to go back to drawing board again. And so what we're doing is we're testing one variable at a time. First variable we tested was the message. Okay. So now I'm going to make all my ads around scale. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a landing page based around scale. I'm not going to optimize it more than once. It's just going to be one landing page based around scale. Whether it's the opt-in call, that's the focus of the landing page. That's the only focus. We're not going to try and pitch tracking, AI optimization, all this other stuff in that. We want to get the main thing that people are interested in. And when people use Hyros on average, their ads scale another 15.3%. This is tested across thousands of businesses, major companies like Tony Robbins, Playboy, basically every influencer in the space, Peer One, etc. They all use it for that exact purpose. That's why we literally have a guarantee that if you don't see that scale, you don't pay for it. And those selling points are what I'm going to focus around. And it's also why you're pretty goofy if you're running ads and not running Hyros. Everything I just stated right there, 100% on point. But back to this. I'm going to make the landing page just around scale. And then what I'm going to do is I want to get back to testing one variable. So I'm going to make 5 different ads, all with the same headline, all with the same description. I'm just going to make 5 different videos. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in these videos, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to focus on the hooks in the video. They're all going to be focused around scale. So there's going to be the beginning of the video, and then there's going to be the rest of the video. The rest of the video is going to stay exactly the same. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what hooks perform well, the first 5 to 10 seconds, the first 10 seconds of what happens in the ad. And then I'm going to see the hooks that do best. Okay. Once I see the hook that does best, I'm going to restart that again. Again, the headline, descriptions, everything else is not being altered right here. This is the core difference. What most people are doing is they're testing all these things at all times, all the time. I'm going to look at the hooks that did well, and then I'm going to go grab that hook that did well, and then make 5 other variations of that hook, maybe with different positioning, where I'm at, wherever. So a lot of videos, I started off the video with like an Iron Man USB. It was very attention grabbing. And I'd say, this copy and paste this little script and it will improve your ads 15% or something like that. That was one of the earlier ads at Hyros. When I saw that worked best, I made 5 different variations. So I put like a version of the code in the top right corner, or I'd be at a computer screen already with the results already being shown. I just make different variations of that hook. Once you've done that once, it's good enough. All right, like stop optimizing the hook. Now what we want to do is we want to go and optimize the middle of the video. So let's imagine we've narrowed it down to 3 hooks. So we have 3 hooks. Then what we want to do is we want to make 3 different middles of the video or ad. If you're using image ads, you can just stop here. We can move on to the next part. Then what we're going to do is we make 3 variations of the middle of the ad to those hooks. So we have a total of 9 ads. We then run that. We're going to see which middle does the best. Then what we're going to do is we're going to reduce down to the middle that does the best and leave it with these ads. Whenever we want to go and we're getting ad blindness, we just add a few more hooks. Okay, so we have the best possible hook with a very effective middle. This is good enough. Then what do? We start optimizing the landing page. All right, we're going to optimize the headline that's on the landing page, the page itself, the rest of it. Get that to good enough principles. Then finally, this is where we get to the headline of the ad. This is where we get to the description. I don't even optimize descriptions. If you're down to the description, you've already won so hard that doesn't matter. We're going to start optimizing the headline. And for the headline and descriptions in Facebook, Google, whatever, we're not optimizing the conversion rates or anything on the page. Those should already be taken care of by everything we've done so far. All we're going to do with the headline and description is we're going to optimize the click-through rate just to get clicks as low as possible. So everything we optimize for up until the headline and description is simply going to be the end result, which is the cost per call, the cost per lead, the cost per sale. Once we get the headline description, we're not going to deal with that anymore. We're just going to optimize for clicks. And this is the process you can get to, and this will get you to your best performing ads that you can use pretty much year round. Of course, there's specials. There's other things you can do. Like, for example, we're entering the Black Friday phase of the market where people are optimizing for that, Hyros. So of course, I'm creating some ads based around that because people make so much more damn money if they use Hyros on Black Friday. It's like 20% more. Whereas if you do $1 million a day in sales on Black Friday, like some e-commerce stores, it's like an extra $200,000 just from tracking your ads correctly. But whatever, don't do that. But that's what the ads focus on. So I'm running ads using that same process I just showed you, but for Black Friday in a 4-month period. And if you're running your business and you're head of marketing, you have time to really like make this process and repeat it over and over again many times a year using different angles based on the timing of the year. So for example, at Hyros, when the iOS update dropped, I'd use this angle when it was working. When we're going to run the Black Friday phase, I'd use that kind of angle in messaging. And so the process is messaging, hooks, middle of videos, landing page, then headlines, then description, and then call it good. If your ads are not converting after you've done this, your offer itself stinks, which is why you should watch this video and then the video which is about getting your offer aligned with the market. If you want to see the ad scripts and landing pages that I use, these are what these videos are for. I have nothing else to talk to you about. Goodbye.